struggling to get his groove. And it took him probably 2 months, 3 months to actually get to a stage where it was justifiable having him on that lineup, purely because of comfort. That's something for Exters, that he has to find his place in this team in a new game that's constantly evolving versus some of the best teams in the world. That's very damn difficult. So you can't just sit here and say, oh, well, Exters, you know, he did bad in most of their games, get rid of him, get someone else in, that'll fix all the problems. That's not necessarily how it works. You have to give someone time to really get used to their role in a lineup and the role in this game in general, and to the level of teams they're playing against. There's so much going against someone like him, and you have to remember this lineup is very new as well. It's very fresh. It's why I said at the start of this series, I want to see Vodafone Giants in 2 months. I want to see what they're doing then, because when they've had the time, hopefully they stick together. Hopefully we don't have lineup changes, because this team has so much potential. And when you change out one man, especially in a game like Valorant, that could cause things, all the progress, to just fall apart.
Well, Mitch, we had an incredible first game here, all the way to overtime. Now we're going on to the pick of Giants. It's Ascent, but we have seen BBL have some crazy plays on it before. Can they do the unthinkable? Can they actually get a win here?
So I said I would expect it to be Ascent coming in, purely because Vodafone Giants have that win over G2.
King over here on the maps.
It's mad though. Like, they lost to G2 13-8. They beat NIP. They lost to Phoenix 13-0. And then they beat G2. It's like, well, what's going on? Make your mind up. Are you good or bad at this map? But for now, Vodafone Giants are hoping that they're good at it. Their attacking side versus G2 featured an 8-2 scoreline. They dominated. Absolutely ruined them. And so if we see them come in with that same kind of form, I feel bad for BBL.
But BBL are going to be riding high now, right? Adrenaline pumping. You've just had your first win of the tournament. It may come on the last day. You may not have any chance of getting to playoffs, but you've got the chance to show the world what you can do in the European Pro Valorant scene here at the Allied Esports Odyssey event. Defensive play so far for BBL. Oh, the jet pushes in. Nicely done by Kiro. He's not done yet either. He shuts another one down. But a good reply coming in from the Giants, but it's quickly ended. Lego, CNED, straight up in their grills, delivering all the kills, and we got a pissed around going in favor of BBL. They continue forward, Mitch.
They do indeed. And when I look through the results for BBL, you can see that they're currently on their favorite side. Versus G2, 8 rounds on the defense, but things spiraled out of control. They found 1 out of 10 attack. Versus Bonk, they found 8 rounds as well. Attack didn't go too well. They ended up in overtime, 4 out of 12, and then it was they won in overtime. I was in the grand final of the qualifier to make it through. So we know at this stage, like, the level of teams they played against, G2 twice, Bonk, NIP, they've got good teams on history. CNED's just shredding these guys.
Just with a ghost, he doesn't even need a weapon. He's just headshotting every single one of them. Kiro picked up the other, but that was solid. Didn't even give him a chance to move out in mid.
So at least that was an eco, but also they had pretty similar weapons. It's like 50 extra HP for CNED. So that's unfortunate.
Fatino's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go check here. Boom.
So obviously Fatino had the classic, but there were some ghosts in play for Vodafone Giants. It's still a pretty sick play, considering the fact that, like, literally, he's got a couple points of extra health because of the armor. And he's winning on all those duels.
That's legit.
And
good positioning. Just look how he moved around.
Whilst it's an eco, an anti-eco 4K, when you get a 4K, doesn't matter what round it's on, that's going to spur you forward. Your confidence is launched.
And CNED is a player where we've seen his highs when he is getting confidence like this, and when he's seen his lows where he's just not having a good game. He needs a moment like that to really see him unleashed.
I like this from Aslan. He goes towards the very far back angle after being spotted by that, telling them that he's got a passive hold, but there's 2 players ready to just push on through. I think he still has his paranoia as well, and that's going to go in to allow this push through from Russ, who just swings on in and takes down Fatino. Their spam as he's just going to stand. Oh, he's not standing in the molly just yet. There we go.
He forgot. He was like, oh yeah, I can do that.
I think the idea there was he thought he would be swung around on, so wanted to get behind the corner, but then thought, oh, it's pretty better to heal myself up. I am 33 health.
Sometimes you can get too confident when you're getting those kills. Oh, Kiro fights back. He's trying to tag him up, but the pressure's on him now. Tries to throw out the camera, get some information. Manages to spot one of them, but he's instantly taken down. CNED's putting in the work in the meantime with the operator. And, well, Russ, he had a phenomenal game on the first map. And now on this rifle round, he's got involved. 3-0. Quick start here for BBL. Giants can't allow their heads to get too low at this stage. Still playing for more points. They're still playing for the chance.
So we come into 3-0. We've got BBL looking to completely shut them down.
You know 007 when someone plays really bad. We got 700 right now. CNED is bigger than Bond, better than Bond. And he's got the operator large and in charge.
I want to see from BBL what depth their... okay, decent amount. I want to see what depth their defensive side has. You know, you're up against the Pistols. Yeah, you can take those wide swings. You can take those fights. But I get a little bit worried then when Fatino picks out that operator. If he does, because we do see a lot of teams avoid an operator on the attack of Ascent.
Yeah.
It can be quite difficult to use. Sure, if they do challenge mid the way that Aslan just did, you'll often get yourself a pick. But if they don't and they play more Turtle, I don't really know how you get in there. Like, it takes away from a lot of your pushes.
And that's often why we see a player like Mixwell struggle, right, with the operator on his attacking side here. He loves the defense. He's all for that. But, yeah, it becomes a bit harder to use. One thing is, the confidence is so high on BBL that I've not seen them move like this on their defensive side. They were normally really defensive on their defensive side. Now we're seeing pure aggression come out from them. Now they're going to hear the footsteps start to go out towards B. Tino, oh, you push through, but that's it. You do absolutely nothing. Zero on the other side of it, looking for the kills. That's 2 for him. He's making it look very comfortable. And he's going in for more, but he's all alone. Maybe an overextension on that one. Donkey. He was saving a lot of rounds there for his team on the previous. CNED operator in hand, but he's just getting the refrags in. Yuri only good for 1. Lego finally getting the final kill. The spike will get defused, and we will see a 5-0 fast and furious start here from BBL. And you normally say that about attacking side, but nope, it's all about the defense right now.
So we've seen this twice now from Fatino. I didn't comment on it the first time because we got carried away with the round, but over on Haven on the C side as well, he threw a smoke through and then dashed. Now, luckily, that time there was a paranoia in play, so it actually blinded the players and they didn't punish him for it. But that smoke is going down, and it's not bloomed yet by the time he dashes through.
Oh, he's going too fast.
He's going way too fast because he's just standing there in the open with the smoke kind of around his ankles. It pops up. They're already aiming at him, so they just spray. And that's a bit of a problem. If he delays that by literally 0.3 of a second, he's good.
You have to keep an eye and see if he does it anymore. Maybe he's just got his timings wrong, or maybe he's just getting unlucky with it.
Because it is positioned perfectly so that he can get in the middle of it. He's just too eager to go for it. Here we go. This is a nice push. Some of these angles are going to be blocked up. They are just running into it.
Russ! He's found another level. He was not playing like this before he was on the Phoenix. This is crazy. Jomba all alone. They may have weapons, but it doesn't really matter. Look, that was perfect. Russ's ult was out. He shot it, and CNED was just like, okay, cool, no problem. 6-0 BBL.
This time I'll give it to you about the Phoenix. I will say
this is effective.
100%, 100%. You see, the players that make it work, man, they make it work damn well. Again, on this map especially, I really like to have a Raze. And Russ is a solid Raze, or not Raze, sorry, I meant Sage.
Yeah.
And Russ is a very solid Sage, but still, he's making it work, so what can I say?
You know why I'm a fan of Phoenix? Because he's a Londoner like me. Throws out an oi bruv every now and again. Yeah. It reminds me of good times. And oh dear, this is painful now if you're Giants. CNED, he's trying to 360!
We said his confidence was up. He's definitely showing that. A 3K on the back of that little revolver headshot on the Sheriff.
No respect shown right now.
Absolutely no. You need to call the Sheriff to get this man in chains. What he's doing to these guys should be illegal. He's got his ultimate as well. Like, it's just going to get ridiculous. CNED is off to fly, not even a flying start. There he is flying, but when you go and you try to pull those 360s out, man,
if he landed at 360, I would have lost my mind. That's it.
I'm sure he would have as well.
It's game over.
What I wanted to say about that round, though, is the viability of the Odin when it comes down to certain positions. And we've seen it earlier on. We saw Jomba playing it in towards Garage. And right here, we're looking over towards Lego, who is trying to spam. Now, we've seen, actually, only yesterday, I think it was, the 3K spray down through that wall, right?
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
Push through. And that you can't do that with anything else, not as quickly as when you've got the Odin. But in a way, it's definitely more viable than if you're from Counter-Strike. If you watch it, like the Negev in CS, doesn't quite have the same level of of promise. Because the Odin, when you ADS it, the accuracy is reasonably good. And you can definitely stop them pushing. If you know they're ready to push around that corner, you can delay 10 seconds just spraying away.
You really can, right? You put them in an awkward situation. If you spray it and drop some shock darts as well, it gets hella scary.
Yeah. If you've lit them. The thing is, for a Sova there, you can see right away he is shock darting it. He's double clicking it, so double bouncing, and then shock darting through weakly, so it just like stays there telling them like, I'm here. It delays them, and the idea then is he can set up to spray through with the Odin. I really like that setup by LEGO. Very well thought through. There he is spraying. Is he going to get a kill?
You can hear it.
You can hear it on the other side of the map, like
it's just
the whole map's shaking.
Everyone's just scared at that point. Now again, Giants are going to try and push their way onto A, but they're checking the corners this time. Not seeing any aggression come out from BBL thus far. But BBL are doing a good job of mixing it up. They're becoming hard to predict. Kiro may have sat in this spot on the pistol round, but I think it's only the second time since then. Some information being passed over towards each other. Mitch, you've got to say about this game in general, right? I mean, just talking about Valorant. We have been blessed with some epic moments this tournament. It's been truly hype.
Oh yeah, all the way through. There's just been these plays that we don't expect to come through.
I want someone to make a movie of the highlight clips on this, right? We need a Allied Esports Odyssey tournament.
Oh no!
Highlight reel.
Look at this stack up by BBL. They think they've got it. They think it's going to be a late hit towards A. And had they have gambled correctly, this could have been huge.
They got no information on this side of the map either. Like not even a camera they can use on the side. You're easily be like, oh, where is everyone?
We're like, okay, they must be Boathouse. Go Boathouse together.
Imagine if this is the way you give away the first round. They can obviously still retake it, but like, this is a bit awkward. You fully gambled off what? Why did they do this? I know you're confident. I know you're up 7-0. I get it, BBL, but... Ooh. CNED's still hanging about, though.
He's tagging away.
Yeah, he's got the information. Again, I've got to keep saying this to anyone who plays on MM. Start doing that. Ping your positions. Pass the information over. They're trying to entry in, but it's all up to Kiro now. He's not going to be able to land that spray as he's coming down the stairs. And we finally do see a round for Giants now. BBL making the wrong call, trying to go over to the A site. And, well, it was a gamble stack for... I'm not quite sure why or what.
I'm going to ask Banks, what do you think of the ping system in general for competitive, though? Because in matchmaking, it's a million times. It's so necessary because the amount of people to play competitive FPS games without a mic, it's unbelievable. Whereas at least, especially if you get tilted, then you don't even have to speak. Just press Z.
That's the thing, right? I'm all about pinging. Like, for anyone that's just watching the stream right now, if you're playing games, even if you don't want to talk on the mic, even if you just don't want to have a conversation, even if you don't have a mic, ping. It's so helpful. It's so good. Don't just ping unnecessarily, but if you've got information, use it. Oh, that's... LEGO, he still managed to get the shock darts away. Yeah, I love the ping system. I think it should be in more games. Oh, he's trying to... Oh, he's going to get killed, though. Nicely done by John, but he went in for it. An attempt at a Hunter's Fury. Oh, Aslan. Easy kill for him to pick up. But the rest of the map's being taken in control.
Oh, that TP Boathouse. Yeah, that's way too late for that. He's going to have to cancel it. He's committed. Oh, he's just going to get pushed down to 2v1.
What?
He gets the first and the second. How have you done that, Aslan? That's ridiculous. They knew he was TPing. They tried to 2v1 push him, but they just couldn't get it. That's ridiculous. This guy's insane.
I wish we saw that. I really wish how he did that. I thought he would have cancelled it as well.
I thought he had to, surely. He even heard the players running towards him, right? He knew that they were close and they were going to try and challenge him. One was coming in from short and the other one was coming down the stairs, but they died right outside the doorway. They were ready. They were like half a second away from pushing in on both angles and killing him.
And look at Xer's health now. 39. He's in a 2v1. He may have the spike, but the Phoenix is there. It's Russ. Easy job. 8-1, and you may have got one round, Giants, but they quickly came back into that huge work. I love it.
They committed the ultimate at least towards the start of the round coming up from LEGO, but that's not even that bad. And also, I just want to quickly commend Fitino. His immediate response was to dash out wide. And the quick thinking on their feet to get Jamba to push forward while he swung that ultimate so far out that it wouldn't catch him was really good. Unfortunately, obviously falling apart there by just somehow allowing Aslan to get the freest TP of his life. And on the 8-1, realistically, Vodafone Giants need to pick up rounds now because this is the best side for both of these teams.
I'm really scared for Giants at the moment. Their heads have just gone down so far after losing that first game. I feel like they're in a bit of tilt mode potentially. Obviously, we don't know. We're just guessing. But it's like we've not seen them play like this. You know?
They know they should have killed Aslan 100%. Like, and that's the thing that really kills you. You lose a couple of rounds, you go behind 6-1, 7-1, whatever. But then when something like that happens and you lose a round that should have been yours after you played so well because of a silly little mistake, you really start kicking yourself. Then that's when the mood gets very low.
I would hate to be approaching B when you've just got Lego there doing these shock darts, because it's at random times as well. It's not just at the beginning of a round. He just did one then. It's like, okay. And they're just like, no, let's move away from this. I don't want to have to sit and take this. Yuri's going to try and find himself boosted across. Another shock dart goes up. The paranoia going forward, though, as well. Isn't going to give him much of an opportunity. Lego spraying it out. He's able to hit the first one. Goes in for the second player. Oh, Russ is there to back him up. Russ is tearing him apart.
He's even headshot Xers over towards that side. Only one to deal with, and he's looking to go all the way through. This is such a beautiful play by BBL. Not even down to like massive strategy or anything. Just Russ going in on the ult, wrecking them. And individual duels going their way.
We're having a conversation about Phoenix, mate. Russ is showing us how it gets done. On Ascent, it's definitely viable. We've seen both Hip and Russ now. Russ has had 2 games, the game of his life. Where was he stat-wise before this?
Let me double check.
You got to give me some info on this, because Russ is...
I haven't refreshed the page right now, so this is before the game. I just want to check.
Yeah.
Towards the bottom of the middle. He was okay.
So he was okay up until this point, and he's had 2 games where he's standing out against the Giants. Oh, Aslan, look at the aggression. He's just tapping them down with a Vandal. Just standing there tanking bullets for days.
They have only got pistols. You got to give them credit for that. They shouldn't really be winning those duels, but he's been out there for so long.
He was crouched. He wasn't even moving.
It was just sat there.
Mate, if I crouch down like that, I'm getting headied, and I'm like, well, that was an error.
There's about 6 sheriffs shooting at you immediately.
There's something about Aslan when it comes to him being the turret, which is always impressive, right? Yeah, it's against pistols. Yeah, it doesn't have to be hyped up, but look what happens on this map. He did it against G2 as well. It's not the first time we've seen it.
Hey, he's got 6 kills versus pistols right now versus anti-ecos, so he's on the anti-ecos. He's feeling good. He got this little stat boost. 10-1.
That's the second time he's had it done as well. He had
it
on the first one. He's like, when they're on pistols, I'll go mid.
That's when I get my rating up.
Here we go.
Get that ACS way up.
Oh, this is not the start they wanted, but Fatino with the ult. This is his chance to do something here. We had the Omen ult go up as well. Does he just try to cause a confusion? Fatino push. Oh, he missed the right click. Yuri's there, though, on the refrag, but CNED, he's not done yet, and he jumps up high. Oh, that was so close, but straight away, Russ, he's able to come into play. Only one more to find. It's the Sage at the back of the site. It's a 3 versus 1, though, and this is Russ playing smart. Doesn't go in for it. The revives come in, though, and it is Fatino, but now he's all alone. This could be done. Operator power. Fatino, he's clutched out big rounds like this before. The spike is already on the floor. It's all going to come down to timing. Oh!
And shots
Lego's getting aggressive on it, though. He doesn't care. Oh, the spam! You knew the lineup, Lego. You knew how to seal the deal. And now we see an 11-1 first half here. BBL are having the game of their lives. That first game, all the way to overtime, 17-15. It was looking like they might have not been having a chance at all, and now they might grab a 2-0.
They might indeed. For Vodafone Giants, this has got to be deflating. It's their map pick. And as I said when we came into this, Vodafone Giants have 2 forums. The one they showed up against G2 with, 13-9. They got 5 rounds in their defense. It was their attack that they shone through on, locking G2 out of that completely, only giving them 2 out of 10 rounds. And then they have the Fun plus Phoenix side, where they came in and got 13-0'd. And at the moment, I'll let you guys at home decide what form they're on. Maybe they're going to pull an NIP, though. Maybe they'll get 1 round and then all of a sudden come back and win 13-11.
Well, that's nice. Do you see that paranoia into shock darts? They try to push round as well. Hiding away. Lots of spam of pistols, but not too much connecting in general. Only really the Sova that's been tagged up heavily. Russ straight in with a heal. Why not? Get yourself up on it.
I wonder if we're going to see a team go Sova and Raze B instead of the Sage.
Could you imagine the grenades? Oh my god.
You
just never go B, would you? You just be like, well, yeah, you can have that.
Recon
boys.
with the Sova, use either the drone or the recon dart, and then just shock dart, nade, everything's going at you.
It's not a fun time. I might try that in my next pub game. We should try it. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Yes, let's go for it.
You play Sova, you could be your lineups, and I'll just be the crazy Rays. Well, right now, what's crazy, though, is Yuri standing strong with the pistol. Oh, he's doing so much damage. See, it's like, I want to dance over these bullets, but it's not working. So both the Jet and the Sova very low. Cypher just under half health as well. Nicely done, though. CNED bides the time. Can put himself in a good position, but is it going to be enough for the clutch? They've still got their Sage up on the Giants. It's going to take a hell of a performance from BBL in order to get it. They close the door, which is helpful. But is it going to be enough? It can run the time down a bit here. Finally does get broken. And the drone does at least spot out one player. I like this position. Look at them. They're all still close. If they poke at the same time, they've got chances. You can't shoot everyone at the same.
He's looking to recon now in just 1 second. It's going up. It might be a little bit too late. Yuri's already fallen. Time to show up in these fights. Lego losing his other teammate. It's got to be a big play now. He's taken down on his low health, leaving it down to CNED, who we saw earlier on. It lit down to 30 HP. The Vodafone Giants, they've got time. It's all good.
If they held that for another second, though, that's definitely going in BBL's favor. Really nice retake on how they did it, because they destroyed that recon instantly. If they hadn't, then it could have been problematic for them. So Giants, they're not down and out of it yet. They can buy up into it. But CNED has the Sheriff again, Mitch. We saw what happened last time with this.
That we did. That we did. Just headshot after headshot being delivered. CNED has been nuts all game long. All tournament long. His consistency is pretty sick. If I can get the list of players up here.
Yeah, CNED is just a name I remember for standing out for not just good plays, but solid rounds back and forth. Ooh.
3 places away from Mixwell, considering that they haven't won a game yet. That's quite impressive.
He's been trying to frag as much as possible and give his team a fighting chance. Like we said, BBL have had many close games. For Donkey, though. Ghost in hand. Donkey was so pivotal in the first game. I need to see a bit more from him in this game if Giants actually want to have a chance of winning it. We know how quickly things can spiral out of control. And you said both teams... Oh, CNED. Trying to get some more done, but he shot way too fast with the Sheriff at the end. Now they just push in. It's a quick cleanup. Yuri getting the job done. And we're going to see a 3rd round on the board here for Giants.
You don't expect to be done that hard when you try to jump shock dart it through. Like, yeah, just...
Quick pop-off.
Because the thing is, you're jumping to give slightly more damage, so it won't just like hit them on the edge. It'll land relatively close to their body if they are in position towards default.
Put it that little bit further, right?
So you're like, oh, look, I'll get an extra couple points of damage in here. Oh, I'm dead. Cool. This guy's just headshot me instantly. I'm surprised that the Paranoia didn't come out. Just watch this on the replay. Relatively close. So
Jumba's like, what?
I really don't know why the Paranoia didn't come into play on that retake, because we saw that Donkey did have one. I didn't see him deploy it, but hey, they won every single fight, so it didn't get punished.
Tino needs to land this shot, though, straight away. Oh, he does onto Russ. That's exactly what they wanted. He can just fall back on it. They closed the door very early this time around, so they've given up control here. That makes that slightly more interesting on how they want to play it.
You see the drone at Lego checking every single corner, spinning around. They've learned their lesson.
Mate, people are even tweeting at us now saying, check your corners. Literally, looked at Twitter, the guy's like, check your corners. He knows. The players need to learn it, but he certainly knows. Now, for Tino, you need to be very careful from this spot. Exo's right on the edge of it, tries to push round, but he's going to go down instantly, though. Jomba's there.
It's like an Arnie moment. He just comes around with an Ares in hand close range. There's nothing you can do about that, really. Because the thing about the Ares, right, and the Odin, it's the accuracy on range in the first couple bullets. You might not be able to hit them. Spray is actually pretty easy to control, but it's when you come up against a Vandal and they swing and one-tap you, it doesn't match up. But when you go close range like that, you're never going to miss the first shot, are you?
Now, Mitch, we've seen crazier games, right? It's definitely possible the Giants can come back into this. Okay, they're 11-4 down right now, but at what point do you start to get scared for BBL?
I think they've probably just... Giants have rang up Hip. I'm like, guys, how do you do that? Give me some tips.
How do you make the second half look amazing?
Like, Hip, we've had a really bad first half. It's like, okay, perfect. You're doing everything right. That's that's the game plan.
This is what we do, and then we start to come back into it.
By the way, I believe Giants also do have a coach.
Where'd you find that out?
On Twitter, I saw there was a tag went out for the Vodafone Giants players, and 6 were tagged, and 1 wasn't Star Wraith. So I believe they do.
When I did my research, it wasn't listed, but maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see it listed on Liquipedia or anything, which is why I just saw it last night. I was
Hitbox has been added, yeah.
Oh, Hitbox was added. Okay, perfect.
And Xers is still standing in, so that goes well with it all. Yeah, so Hitbox is officially the coach.
There you go. So just picked up a coach very recently.
Well, he's got to be talking to them right now and tell them to hold up into this. Oh, CNED, the knives. They found their way into B. This is where it gets scary. No one else is left in the site. 4v3. And the problem is, with Xers going down still, realistically, your Vodafone Giants, they need to go for it. You don't want to back away. You don't want to give a match point, Midge. We were too busy talking about the coach, and BBL was too busy doing damage.
And some of the weapons BBL had in play, I didn't think this was going to be quite as clear cut. Here come the knives through. Donq's in trouble, and he's already knocked out of that one. 12-4. 8 rounds in a row needed for Vodafone Giants just to get to an overtime. And they'd have to repair that attacking side that was so grim. I mentioned that first half was what really set the pace because both teams were on their favorite side. And, I mean, when it was so one-sided, it sort of set it up for Vodafone Giants to lose it.
This is just the first game, though, Mitch, right? And look how hyped this has been.
Yes.
Next, we have NiP taking on FPX. And then we end the day with Liquid G2. Everyone is in for a treat today if this is the level we're going to see. If this is the excitement we're going to see out of Valorant. Oh, the push coming in. CNED, easy kill for Tino. Knew he needed to do something in this round, but he did not expect CNED's position. Russ is up close as well now. Now, they have grabbed the operator, which means they can play with it. But still, you're a man down in a round that could be your last. BBL looking at a win off the back of having 0 before this. They'd lost to everyone. At times, they'd made it close.
Team, when we did our predictions here, they've just come through. It's just been posted.
Yep.
2 of us, Mandeep and Ryan, all picked Giants. Everybody else chose a tie.
Who did I pick? I can't remember.
Giants. The 2 of us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I can't remember
what I picked, mate. I don't believe in ties. I just go all in.
Yeah.
I haven't made a single prediction on a tie.
Oh, that is pretty unbelievable. Nobody picked BBL. Well, it's not unbelievable.
No, it's not unbelievable. They weren't winning.
Yeah,
Giants pushed G2 to their limits.
Yeah, of course. But it's
doesn't make sense right now.
It's unbelievable BBL have come through with this level of performance. It's a shame we see it this late on in the tournament.
Push coming in. They're going to try and take A. Aslan. That's what you want to see. CNED is actually just causing more confusion for him, though. This is huge. Still a player towards the back of the site. Yuri picked up the operator off of Fatino, and this could be the difference maker. He gets sprayed down eventually. The spike will be planted, but now it's all on Kiro and Aslan. Oh, Aslan heavily under pressure. Jomba getting up close, but he's only got a Sheriff. Does he want to fight into this? Maybe he wants to wait for his teammate, but Kiro's playing it smart and going in for it. Now he puts it into a 1v1.
Got to be careful of the spam through the house, and it looks like he's made it away, but 76 HP. It's a little bit of a tag, and it certainly helps. The TP fake. I'm going to be worried about him being up behind that box now, but the cam completely reveals that he's not. He's spotted, he's been tagged, and now he's got to be careful of the spam, but perfectly played. Donq realized that if he took a step further forward, he'd be spammed down, just swung back out as the spray began. That was so well played, and they will pick up another round. Vodafone Giants stay alive for at least a second longer.
Going to be able to get the operator as well. Remember, that was Fatino's operator. He went aggressive at the beginning of the round, got taken down by CNED. Then BBL were being cautious. They took a lot of time, decided to split it into A and B at the same time across the map. And Yuri picks up that operator and locks it down with 2 kills. That was the difference maker. If it wasn't for that, we would be game over right now and BBL would have won. Giants now have 4 players of Ultimate up as well. They're going to be hyped as hell after that one, Mitch.
They have to be so careful, though. This isn't the kind of place you got to go all in with your ults, throw everything you've got at them, and find 12-6 when you've got no advantages for the next round. They have to play this so tight. The barrel spotted. Fatino knows he's a player. He marked it out. Easy kill to Lego, and he just falls. I don't think he needed a dash. That wall wasn't broken. Maybe a misclick.
Yeah, you know, the panic, trying to get away.
Because he smoked it as well. Like, they had a wall down. He smoked it and then dashed us. A lot of utility wasted up in Yuri.
Aslan.
Oh, he's been shut down. That pulls it right back. That early fight they fought so hard for now just disintegrates.
Now, Kiro, you need to check the corners. We've been talking about corners. Puts Jomba on 8 health, but Fatino, he's going to make sure the numbers stay well in their advantage. Rusto has managed to sneak through. He's going to have to give away his position, though. That's less than ideal. He thought he might get away with it, but it's Aslan and Russ. They're dangerous, but not as dangerous as Don Q. Oh, the timing for Russ, just as he looked away. Fatino hits the shot, though, and that's the Fatino we know and love, Mitch. That's the one we've been seeing throughout the rest of this tournament, the one that can dominate with the operator when needed.
He certainly struggled coming into this matchup. And look at those ults for Vodafone Giants. 5 in play. Everybody's got one to work with. For BBL, surely it's only a matter of time, though. 6 rounds. That's an odd positioning for Xers. Oh, very nice. He's got the cage up top, so he'll be able to see the feet, and then they'll be too distracted, hopefully, to even notice the tripwire. Could be as free as they get.
I like it. I'm down. So Vrolt coming out. Russ is trying to avoid it. Lego gets taken out. The Jet just about manages as well.
That's a dash wasted, though. That'll really harm them in pushing in. Russ, on his way forward, gets hit by the shock dart. He's in his ult, so he'll get his health back. It's not a huge deal, but it does really, really stop. Well, it stops him from doing anything. That's slow, actually. Imagine if he runs through. He could get an easy kill, maybe 2. It's risk-free, but the slow completely stops him from being able to do that.
So a lot spent in this round for BBL, and actually they've just come off worse for wears. Lost the player already. Damage has been done. They don't have the Sage to get the heal on.
This is pretty much a round immediately off the bat. Should be going to Vodafone Giants. They want to bait out as many ults as they can, though. Especially that res in play for Yuri for any future retakes. They've taken him down, so it's not going to be used up. Doesn't look like any more are going to be sick by Kiro.
Kiro, that's a good couple of headshots. We'll at least get the spike down for him, but still 2 players pushing you. Oh.
It's another roll to use.
You don't want to deal with this, though. Oh. He heard it. He didn't know which way they might be going. And at least Fatino has spent that ult out, though. That does benefit BBL. But look, it's starting to get close. We could potentially be looking at another overtime. Yes, there's 5 more rounds needed, but BBL, their attack inside has been pretty lackluster.
It's good groundwork in that round for BBL, though, realistically. If you think about the position they're in, it's not like they have to win immediately. All they have to do is ensure that they set up a round where they have an advantage. At the moment, that's not the case. Obviously, their ultimates are not stacked up. Kiro had to use that really. It won't be 2. You got to take that risk.
It's definitely worth it.
But it does mean they lose another ulti. And when you look over towards Vodafone Giants, they've still got 3 in play that are very diverse as well. So they're not just, it's not like one scenario that they can use them in. It's still quite a difficult round for BBL.
Ooh, Don Q. Good time to get aggressive and just backs away. I like that. Doesn't stand there and sit in. He'll just get the kill and chill out for the meantime. He knows he's got the numbers advantage. See, Ned, you have to be oh so careful of that. You're trying to check all the corners, but you've got no backup either, buddy. Giants just picking them apart one by one. No refrags at all. Not even an opportunity for it. Nicely done by Russ, though. He's hitting some shots today. Got to give him that. He needs a few more if they want to take this round. Yuri in a good position, but oh, Fatino's out of it. This is their chance. Yuri might just back away. Sits on the edge for now. Starts to see him, though. And again, it's just Russ is on his own. Where's the rest of the teammates pushing with him? I understand putting 1 player to sit behind there, but they need to be oh so careful here. Aslan, oh, this is huge. He's done it. The spike's going to go down on A. And they've got no idea. If the Cypher can get all the way around, then he can, because they've both gone the same direction. This is huge. But he might get caught. Gets tapped up. Now the teleport's going to come in.
He's 1 HP, going to be caught on the cross, surely. Well, the recon goes out, so they know where Jomba is. They have an idea. Well, they now also know where both players are.
This could be the most big brain round coming out from BBL, Mitch. The most unexpected one. Jomba has to check so many corners here. Uses the drone. That's the smart decision. Cypher's found, just misses, but at least he goes down. 2 versus 1. And Aslan, you're in a very obvious spot. The paranoia goes out. He puts his own. He wants to try and fight this. Jumps down into it. Oh, they line up, but Jomba gets the kill.
Has he got time?
No.
I don't think he's got time. It's done. It ends that way. Aslan with the massive teleport across the map, with the paranoia to slow them down on the peak, and eventually almost a lineup, but the time wasted enough that it was worth their while. That was absolutely huge from Aslan and an amazing game from BBL.
BBL gave us an 11-1 first half here. This is a team that had not won a single game, just 2-0-ing Giants. It felt like Giants at first when we got into this just didn't have the confidence. They felt like they should have won the first map on Haven. It went to overtime. There were so many chances. Then they come into this and it's a slow start.